Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're here in St. Bart's. We're going to try out the new DLSS 3.7 along with the updated NVIDIA driver 552.12. Now, they always release a driver along with the DLSS update because they go together and they work together to give us the best performance. I am in DLSS. DLDSR 2.25 upscaled and DLAA along with FrameGen and the 3.7 version of DLSS and the new driver. So if you were able to follow any of that, I congratulate you heartily. So basically, what this it's actually pretty impressive because in the past, my Holy Grail settings have been DLDSR 2.25 along with DLSS quality with external power supply on, rotating beacon on, mixtures and props full forward, master and battery switches on, fuel pumps on, fuel valves open, mags on left. But with the FrameGen mod, I can run DLDSR upscaled 2.25 times and just run DLAA, which is no downscaling. So this is really pretty impressive. Let's crack the throttles, take a look outside, make sure there's nobody out there to kill or maim, and there is not. And we'll go right engine start. Engine start is good. Oil pressure is good. Left prop is clear. Good start. Oil pressure is good. Mags to both. Close the starter hood cover. Fuel pumps coming off. Fuel pressures are good. Lean the mixtures for taxi, nav and avionics master coming on, nav and strobe lights coming on. And my mouse clicks are not going to match what you're seeing on the screen because I'm upscaled. So we'll talk a little bit about the DLSS update on this flight, and talk a little bit about some other things. I know it was kind of a lot in the period of 2 days in particular, and I don't necessarily I don't feel like I rushed anything out on what was it, Wednesday, when the DLSS update came out. But at the same time, I do want to get you guys, the information as soon as I can. And then at the same time, we had some developments on overnight on Wednesday in terms of implementation, and that was with, and this poor gentleman unfortunately is going to get run over. In terms of the DLSS swapper importing the file. Now this is still not an official file. It's not, and that's part of the thing. I don't know whether you guys really want to get super deep into the weeds, or if you just want to know how this stuff works or if you just want to know how to get it to work. I know the information can be both overwhelming and confusing, and I try my best to understand it as well as I can, to be able to explain it as well as I can. Obviously, let's go take off left set. We'll go fuel pumps on, mixtures and props full forward. We'll turn our landing light on for departure. And we're looking good. And let's matriculate here. So because it is not an official release, there are some gyrations to get, particularly the E preset working. Alright. Alright, heading indicator checks with the runway number. This is runway 10. Let's get on the brakes here. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. That right engine took a little bit of time to get up to speed. I don't know what that was about, but alright, 060 heading on departure from St. Bart's, and bring the props back a little bit. Bring the manifold pressure back, and this looks amazing. Let's drop the nose a little bit, get the flaps up. Alright, so we're gonna go over to Juliana today, the main airport. I usually go to Grand Cast just because I find Grand Cast pretty interesting. So this is my first flight using the new driver. It's 55112, and people will correctly point out that you don't need the fuel pumps off at 1000 VAGL. Let's turn the check our fuel pressures. Fuel pressures are fine. People will correctly point out that you don't need the new driver. 50 feet below our cruise altitude of 1500. Let's bring the props back. Let the nose come down. Not quite that much. But the DLSS update, the 3.7 DLSS update, is packaged with the driver. You know, so it's all about optimization. I mean, you can use it. You can update DLSS without updating the driver, but it's you know, you're kind of halfway there. Now, in terms of, you know, one of the things I missed on my initial video, and I was kind of aware of it, and I shouldn't have just let the issue sit, is the difference between the 30 series cards and the 40 series cards. And I think I'll take a little bit more time here, so I'm gonna go around the left side of the island. We'll get some better scenery and a little bit more time to chat here. So for the 40 series cards, you don't need the frame gen mod, obviously, but you do need DLSS tweaks to get the new Echo preset. The, what is it? Engage Donkey or whatever it's called, I forget. Weird name. You know, so that's a slight difference for 40 series cards, and I think I even missed that detail. The need for using DLSS tweaks, even if you have a 40 series card. You don't need, obviously, the frame gen mod because you have native frame gen, but you do still need DLSS tweaks to be able to implement the E preset. Now, I've seen people talk about using NVIDIA Profile Inspector to implement the new E preset. I'll give you a couple things on that. Number one, I think NVIDIA Profile Inspector is confusing. I mean, there's nothing in there that says when you open DLSS tweaks, there are, you know, what is it, 6 lines that say preset A, preset B, preset C, you know, or no, what is it, the different presets, and you can select, or that's what it is. It's like DLSS quality, DLAA, DLSS, you know, performance, etc. And you can just select A, B, C, D, E, or F in terms of the preset, right? I mean, so it's labeled what it is, and you know what it is, and you know what you're changing. Good luck with NVIDIA Profile Inspector. I mean, I know you can watch videos and figure out which of the 65 lines under other at the bottom you need to change to update you know, a preset, but I mean, it's just more confusing to me. And the other thing is, you can't just select, you can't just load or swap the DLSS file, go into Profile Inspector and select E and be done with it, because Profile Inspector preset E doesn't have, there's nothing there, it's empty. So you have to, there's another line of code that you have to get, and the guy Emus who designed NVIDIA Profile Inspector, and I think he also did DLSS tweaks, I think, but he put out a code that you can copy and paste into another folder and blah blah blah. It's just, you know, spare me. It's too much. You know, I think the DLSS tweaks option is the easiest way to do it. It's not an easy process. I mean, it is and it isn't. Gorgeous day, and this is super smooth. I mean, this is just butter smooth. Let me show you what I'm running here real quick. So I have a native 1440 screen, so I'm running 2.25 DLDSR. And normally when I do that, what I call the Holy Grail would be with DLSS quality, because this is upscaled 2.25 times, and then that gets downscaled with the DLSS quality to give you back some of the performance that this takes to, you know, to implement. But with the FrameGen mod and this new driver and the DLSS update, I'm running 2.25 upscale and DLAA, which is no downscaling. So, and anyway, I get asked every once in a while to show my settings so you can see everything. So 205, 105, and you can see everything is just ultra. Everything is ultra, except for anisotropic filtering, which I have on in the in an NVIDIA control panel at 16 times. Yeah, I mean, it's I didn't realize that was out. Let's see what that does. Anything. But in terms of getting it to work, like I said in the video yesterday, it's easier to do than it is to say or explain. You know, and the other thing is, there is a way to get a little watermark here in the lower part of the screen that will show you which preset you're running and which DLSS version. And so you can check that, and I've checked using the NVIDIA the profile inspector method without updating the code as provided by I think it's like Emus, I think his name is, and it doesn't work. And the method that I showed you in my video, you get preset E for DLSS 3.7. That's what we're looking for. So, in any event, we are looking amazing. So the real short story is, if you follow the process that I showed you in the video, you will get DLSS 3.7. And the other question is, like, people say, can I use a different preset? Sure, you can use whatever preset you want. What the presets are different, like, I would call them like pre-packaged settings. And the two most popular outside of the E preset, the new one, the two most popular besides that, or prior to that, are the Charlie and the Foxtrot. So the C and the F have been the two most popular up until now. But I mean, everything is just crystal clear. I mean, crystal clear. Butter smooth. You know, so you know, it's funny, I've only been doing this really for, you know, this YouTube video thing for, like, you know, 5 months. Well, I've been doing it for forever, but nobody's been watching until the last 5 months. And so for me, everything is a learning process, you know. And I got some criticism for the first video I did, and it was legitimate criticism, and I don't mind it whatsoever. In fact, I'm grateful for it. So long as it's packaged appropriately, you know what I mean? Because ultimately what I'm doing is for you guys. It's not for me. I mean, I could sit here and do this myself and pat myself on the back and tell myself how great I am. But what, you know, kind of what's the point, right? I'd much rather share this stuff with you guys, and I try to share it in the most digestible fashion I can, which isn't always easy. You know what I mean? I think I'm getting better at putting the videos together. We'll go fuel pumps on here and bring down 15 degrees of flaps, speed checks for flaps. So I'm learning as I'm going. I think I'm getting better at making the videos. You know, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm trying my best, you know, to be as helpful as I can be, and as clear and, you know, unambiguous, you know, as clear as I can be. And the thing about it is too, and I've had this happen a couple times, is that, like, in particular in things like this, and this is one of the things I've really learned. You can't, with a lot of these things, you can't just kind of wing it. You have to be precise in how you set them up to get the result that you want. And missing one little detail can really be the difference between getting something right and not getting something right. It can be the smallest detail, so you really got to be on top of things. So we're learning as we go. we're getting better. And you can see that even the frame gen, the flickering from the frame gen, to me looks a whole lot better now. And just the visuals are stunning. I mean, it is gorgeous. Alright. Where's that 10? Alright, there's that 10 right in the left hash mark. It's runway 10. We get that 10 right on that left hash mark, and we know we're on a perfect left base, right? Not accounting for wind adjustment, of course. And now we're in the flap, we're in full flap operating range, which is great. Nah, we don't want to go climbing right now. Just look at the way the water, I mean, it's just spectacular. It really is amazing. So anyway, I hope that all this is good for you guys. I hope giving you what you need. Final approach path looks clear. And about 750 feet, 1.5 mile final, 2 mile final. That's about right. We're probably about 2 miles. I could have cut it in, but I will drop the nose here just a little bit in the turn. Alright. 300 feet per mile is what you want if you're or 500 feet a mile, I'm sorry. 3 miles around about 1,500 feet. Alright, let's bring in that last notch of flaps. Throttles good. Let's go flaps. The props full forward. So, flaps are set. Fuel pumps are on. Mixtures of props full forward. Seatbelts are secure. 2 white, 2 red. We almost look like we know what we're doing. Almost. Trim here a little bit. Bring some power out because we're a little bit outside the full flap speed, which is somewhat surprising. And we want about, yeah, I got a right crosswind, feel that? That's the beauty of being precise about your flying. Get on center line, and then if you find yourself off getting pushed off in one direction, then you know which way the wind's coming from. You don't need METARs to tell you this stuff. Alright. Now I'm feeling very, very comfortable. The nose of the airplane will tell you all you need to know. See that windsock coming off on the right there? The nose of the airplane will tell you everything you need to know. What it's telling me right now is that I'm not a good pilot. So I should be on center line. And we'll start easing back on the power. And ease back on the power. Power is out. And don't land. A little bit of left rudder. A little bit of right aileron. We are down. Not too bad of a landing. Not too bad of a crosswind landing. I mean, I haven't done any fly. I've done no flying this week because I've been doing videos every day, and I got a couple more in the pipeline that I've got my feeble mind working on. Get a few pumps off. Put up the flaps. Lean the mixtures from taxi. Turn the landing light off. Got a few more in the pipeline, and I was thinking about talking about the driver update today, and just doing a short video about the driver update. But I figured, why not just show the driver update and get a chance to go flying at the same time. So I mean, the performance is absolutely amazing. Park Charlie 7 here. The performance is absolutely amazing. I mean, you can't get any smoother. You can't get any smoother than what this is. And now for the most important part of the flight. Let's see what we can get here. Alright. Mixtures to idle cutoff. Throttles are at idle. Let's set the parking brake. Lights are coming off. Avionics coming off before you turn the mags off. Mags are off. Master and battery switches off. Let's get the window open because it's hot out. And let's get our boarding steps and our chocks. And let's get our doors open. And let's have a look around here. Oh, that was close. Okay. Oh well. Yeah, Juliana's looking great. I mean, beautiful day. And I've got all that junk turned off from the, dirt and all that camera stuff that I did the video on Monday, I think it was. Mary's Boone down in the distance over here. Beautiful place right on the bay here. So yeah, so now we've got everything set up and running. We've got the DLSS update 3.7. We've got the matching driver update 552.12. We have got everything optimized. I mean, it's just butter smooth. And yeah, I really hope you guys get a similar result. And look forward to hearing what your experiences are. So let me know in the comments how things are going, and we'll talk soon.